And we are back. Welcome to SIG Tactical Podcast, episode 45.
No, 46.
Oh, 46. I am here with my homies. I'm here with Omar Essen.
Hello.
Did I say it right?
Yep.
All right. Luke the Glue Andrews.
What up?
The amazing Dean Carroll.
What's going on?
And we have Eric, of course, behind the tables. Waka, waka, waka. Hey, before we get started, a couple things. First off, we are kind of sponsored by Omni Energy Drinks from Steel Supplements. They bring us cases of free energy drinks every week, and we distribute them amongst our staff of 60 souls here at Shark Coast, and it helps them get through the day. So we appreciate it. They're pretty good. Looks like this. Check them out. All right, before we get into the podcast, I have something to talk about. Will's Tramp Stamp free tax stamp event with the BBC from SilencerCo. We have tramp stamps and BBCs. So do you know what that is, Omar? The BBC?
The British Broadcasting Centre?
No, it's the big, beautiful credit.
Awesome.
So SilencerCo is giving you guys $200 every time you buy one of their cans from here until January. So basically, what you do is you take a copy of your Form 4 pictured with your phone. You take a receipt of the can that you bought from us or from whoever, and they'll give you $200 credit off of their website. So you can buy their different parts that you need, different end caps, etc., accoutrements for suppressors. So, and then coupled with the tax stamp, tramp stamp, free tax stamp, tramp stamp event that we're doing, you get basically a free stamp plus $200 worth of free shit. What do you think?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you approve, Omar?
SilencerCo.
I mean, you're very opinionated in your firearms.
I am.
You are. You're very opinionated. Do you like SilencerCo?
I do.
Do you see? No. So basically, like with cans, you have map pricing. Map pricing is the cheapest you're going to find them on the internet. So picture map pricing, the price that you're going to find the can on the internet, and our price will be just a little bit more, maybe $50, and you get a free stamp. So that's what we're doing. And then with SilencerCo, what they're doing is they're just going to give you free shit, $200 worth, to kind of magically cover the stamp. So that's a pretty good deal.
You can get your ASR mounts from them or
Tri-lug.
whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want. You can put it towards another can.
Because some people don't know this, that the adventure doesn't stop once you get your can. You got to now put it on the gun.
Oh, the places you will go.
Yeah, you get the can and you're like, perfect, I'm done. I saved up, I got my can. You throw it on the one gun, it's good to go, and then you shoot it, and you're like, well, shit, now it's got to go on this gun.
And then you got to pay more money.
And you got to buy the accessories, but you got $200 of credit.
$200 worth of credit.
It's pretty good.
So the tramp stamp free tax stamp event plus SilencerCo's BBC. Big, beautiful credit.
Spreading the love.
Spreading the love, absolutely. And we're this weekend, SilencerCo is coming to Shark Coast Tactical, also with EOTech, Savior bags. We have a whole selection of goodies from Savior. We brought in a big shipment of EOTech, and then SilencerCo will be here with the illustrious Jimmy Kern. And then next week we are having the kind of official suppressor event with all the suppressors and all the deals that we can get. And then you know what B&T is doing?
No.
Something magical.
That's what that ringtone is one of the buyers that I work with. So anyway, so
What was B&T doing, though?
yeah, so B&T is going to give us money towards each can that we sell. And what we can do is we can cost average that into the cans that we have in existence. And I think the new price of the Verse X, or the Verse 36, I think it's $9.50 and you get a stamp.
Wow. That's a screaming deal.
That's a screaming deal.
Yeah.
Like, remember, because, yeah, you did, I gave you the cost average thing. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
could you figure that out?
Yeah.
So,
$9.50 plus stamp.
no, $9.50 and it includes the stamp.
Oh, that's right. Because oh damn.
And it's a 36 cal, which means it can go on pretty much everything you got.
Yeah, I really like it. Omar thinks that 36 cal is for FUD people.
I never said that.
Yes, you imply it.
You are putting words in my mouth.
I got ESPN.
The sports channel?
No, the mind control thing.
ESP.
Oh, ESP. I have ESPN. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I talked to Tim from Dead Air. Did you guys ever meet Tim? Do you remember him?
No, I have
think
not.
so.
Okay, so all right, so
I did meet him.
like back in the day, when suppressors first started popping off, like we got into suppressors because obviously they're cool, but like a shop that did NFA down south made fun of us at an event, and their main thing was NFA. So I got mad, of course, in Will style, and I bribed Chris, the book guy. I said, "Here, I'll give you a case of green tip and $400 if you learn everything about NFA and how to do paperwork." Right? And so we launched like our NFA program, and we started selling shitload of cans. And SilencerCo called us one day and said, "Hey, we want to come meet you. We want to come meet you. We want to come." And this is fucking 2014, 15, long time ago. And we want to come meet you and see you. We hear you're this little shop and you're flipping cans. So they came, we met them, and that started our relationship with SilencerCo. And then, Papas broke off from SilencerCo and did his own thing with Dead Air. And me and Chris were big fans of Papas and Gary Hughes at the time. So we would see them at the events and we start supporting Dead Air. Well, then very shortly after that, this fella named Tim Auroch kind of strolled into the shop and he's like, "Hey, I'm from Dead Air. And we know you have this good relationship with SilencerCo, but we'd like you to have a good relationship with us. Do you want to give us a shot?" And then we're like, "Yeah, we're fucking Mike Papas fanboy kind of people. And yeah, we'd love to." So it started the relationship with Dead Air. And Tim was like one of the first reps who repped them. And he was the rep of Florida and like the Southeast. And he's this big dude and total gun nerd from back in the day. Like he worked in a gun shop when he was 18 and he is now like probably, mid 40s. So, and he's into like all kind of vintage shit. Like he's fucking cool. You would really like him look.
Nice.
So, Tim worked with us, started doing events with us, like Dead Air exploded in Sarasota. And Tim, imagine so Dead Air has this big fucking castle of a booth now at SHOT Show. For 2 or 3 years, SHOT Show was Tim. He would walk around with his cards and he's like, "Hey, I'm Tim from Dead Air." And that was all Dead Air's booth. And eventually they had like one table with somebody they shared a booth or something, but they didn't have anything. And so it was very, very different than where they are now. So Tim eventually moved back home in the Virginia area, took over that area, and he gave us Kane, Joe Bronco, the Dead Air rep. So Tim, I saw him this weekend at the Chattanooga dealer show up in Chattanooga, obviously. And we had a booth there because we sell guns too, like this. So he got to talking, and what he said is pretty alarming. So Tim is not like a guy to embellish. He's not a guy to tell stories. He's not a guy to lie. Like he's a number one. Okay. Like he's high integrity guy. So he told me that the suppressor companies do not have the ability to handle the demand that will occur January 1st. So he said, he's like, absolutely no way if there will be any cans available come when the law changes. And he says that there's no way for the suppressor companies to handle the extra, like the extra ramp up. Like they're all at capacity right now. They're doing everything they can and everything's being bought. So if there's a huge uptick, there's no way for them to handle it. So all the people are going to buy everything they can. And then he says it's like 2 years. Sorry. He says it's like 2 years before they'll be able to catch up.
Damn.
Or they
2 years.
2 years. And then he also said, it's the widespread belief, which I don't adhere to this, but he says that there's fucking 95% chance that the ATF system is going to fucking fall apart. Well, think about it. So, and then I thought about another thing. Well, they're not going to get paid anymore. Like the NFA is not bringing in any more money. So why do they have incentive to keep it going? Because they're 2A friendly. The bureaucracy is 2A friendly. They're going to keep so he said that it's believed that their wait times are going to pop up to 6 months again.
Yeah, I believe that.
And what he said was like kind of rings true. And I respect the guy's opinion a lot when it comes to all this stuff. He said that we had it made. Like, so, all right. So if you're a traditional fuddy gun guy who's been around for a while, you have gone through, like, back in the day, it was fucking 13-month, 14-month, 16-month wait times for everybody. Wasn't shit you could do. Handwritten. If you could get Silencer Shop to sell you one of their fucking kiosks, it was unreal and the wait was forever. Huge waits. A good wait back then was 6 months. And cans were expensive. Like the fucking hybrid. The old school hybrid was $1,200. You know what I mean? It's $400 fucking dollars now. It's around $400 now. But back in the day, it was $1,200. You couldn't get parts, and there were very few companies, and everything was fucking hard to get. Now cans they're all fucking gone again, pretty much. Well, not really, but there's the selection is kind of there, but your wait time is 24 hours in most cases, 48 hours if it's long, fucking maybe a week or two if you have a colorful background. Prices are decent, and most people can afford a stamp. Now, of course, it is absolutely against the Second Amendment, 100%, but we have it made right now. You know what I'm saying? Like in the grand scheme of things, like compared to previous history of the firearms industry, we have it made. Like we're getting stamps back quick. They're affordable. You can find them. Technology's good. Everything's fucking killer, and it's pumping. And then it wasn't good enough for us as typical Americans, and we bitched and got lawyers involved, and now we got the stamp eradicated, and maybe the NFA gone too eventually sometime. But the cost of the stamp eradicated, I mean. And what will probably happen as a result of it will be the wait times will fucking increase to like 6 months or a year again. And you won't be able to find suppressors. And that was Tim's like little sermon on the mount at Chattanooga. And everybody was sitting there listening to him. And I'm just like, oh my God, Tim, I had such a good day until I bumped into you. You fucking cock. But what do you think about that? What do you think about his claims?
I think they could still ramp up any of those businesses to put out more cans.
No.
Buy more space, get more machines. Why not?
Well, I mean, so think about the fucking liquid it would cost. You could leverage your business and no, I can, from someone who owns a business, the last thing I want to do is leverage it. Like I don't want to take out a
lot of cans right now.
The answer is super simple, guys.
Okay.
You just increase the cost of the cans by $200 exactly. And then we're back to square one and we won literally nothing. How's your little win in the right direction now?
What are you talking about?
The suppressor companies, they can't keep up with demand. They're not just going to sit there out of business,
Well,
while they manufacture their next batch or whatever for 2 years. They're just going to increase the cost of the cans, hopefully only $200.
No.
And now the whole thing about, the cans are, you don't have to pay your $200 tax stamp anymore is fucking null and void. You just wait
that's
longer.
not.
This was not a win.
That is not. I agree with you. This is not a win, but that is not dead air.
I'm sure it's not dead air, but I'm saying like the suppressor industry.
That's a Q thing. Like they did that and it failed. Remember, they did. They did. They did.
That was a Q thing.
That is like Q tried that this year and they backtracked and they're dumping the prices of their cans tremendously, starting August 7th, I believe. Do you know that?
Yeah, you
I told you that.
Very upset about it.
No, did I tell you how they changed everything?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Q went back. Like now it's buy 5 get 1 free.
Man.
Like you can buy 5 Q cans, get 1 free. The new, what are they called? The new 2 cans are coming out.
Southpaw.
No, not the Southpaw.
The new 2. Oh, the speakeasy
and the Diamondback, I think it's called.
Yeah, the steel cans.
Yeah, the 2 steel cans will be out August 7th. But it's buy 5 can. The Southpaw will still not be They're nowhere near completion of their original contract with Silencer Shop. So there's no chance for us to get the South Pole anytime soon. But the steel cans, the non-low back pressure steel cans that they have coming out will be out August 7th, and it's buy 5 get 1 free. It's you buy a fix, you get a free can. There's all kinds of fucking deals. So that thing that I don't think people like Dead Air. I don't think people like Yankee Hill. I don't think people like SilencerCo will increase their cans and because of demand. People remember shit like that and they get pissed.
Yeah. My whole thing is just like the amount of people that were telling me that I shouldn't be angry and I should just take the win and,
That's
just
not
be
what
happy with it.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about the possibility of the NFA computer going down.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. All of this isn't same conversation.
Oh, that's part of it.
Yeah, this is a part of it. Like, yes, congratulations. You no longer have to pay $200 to the federal government when you buy a can. What are the repercussions of that? Again, I'd like to remind you, we were this close to just having it completely erased from the NFA if it wasn't for one unelected lady.
The fat girl story.
I am still very mad at that. And, I mean, I'm not for me personally. I've got all my cans I need. I bought every single can I could possibly ask for. I've got them all.
For now.
For now. But I made the bad economic choice as a 21-year-old to buy every can right off rip on my 21st birthday. And now it's kind of paying off because now I don't have to deal with any of this stuff. But for everybody else out there who wants a can and they're waiting for it, like I still don't see the provision in the big, beautiful bill for silencers as a win at all. I see it as a gamble. I see it as many repercussions that are currently unforeseen.
What about you, Luke?
Yeah, I mean, if the HPA got put through, there would still be I think there'd be even a bigger drought in cans. Like, there'd be a bigger scarcity.
For sure, but now any SOT can just make them the same way you can manufacture a firearm because they wouldn't be regulated NFA items anymore.
That'd be a huge quality.
Yeah, anybody with
That's true.
Anybody with a mill, any gun store that has a mill in their back could just start pumping them out, and then you could, we could have Shark Coast cans. You just have fucking Dan CNC them out or whatever. Like everybody would have their own.
Now you need a lathe.
Whatever it is, you'd have a.
We don't have lathes.
It'd be a different situation. Now they're still regulated, and yes, you don't have to pay the $200 anymore, but. The best way I can describe it is I feel like the American people are so used to having their rights stripped away that when they see their rights being stripped away, but it's a little cheaper, they see it as a win. Like, no, the conversation should be about getting the rights back. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but what about the rest of the world?
What do you mean?
Oh, I think we're pretty. I think Florida's a pretty decent place, compared to the rest of the world, compared to the rights of the rest of the world.
Oh, absolutely. This is the greatest country on earth. Don't take it as me. We are the beacon of the fucking earth. 100%. We're the pioneers of everything. But that doesn't mean we can't hold.
So then you should probably rephrase that people in general, when their rights get stripped away, they seem to do it with that smiling.
For sure, but the rest of the world doesn't have a precedent of fighting for their rights back. Really, the rest of the world kind of just look at Europe. They just kind of sit there and take it, whatever their government asks of them. Look at fucking what happened in Australia during COVID. Like, most of the rest of the world just sits there and take it. They don't have the precedent to fight back. We as Americans were built on the foundation of fighting for your rights and liberty and all that. But over the last 100 years or so, it's just slowly, little by little, been chipped away. And I feel like we need to, remember our roots. I'm not comparing us to the rest of the world because it's uncomparable. Those guys don't know, those guys don't do shit anyways. But as Americans, I feel like we need to hold ourselves to an even higher standard.
Okay. What about you, Dean? What do you think?
I want to know why, Omar, you don't think there's anything good in this?
No,
even right now, if you didn't have all your cans, you're buying a can, it's $200 cheaper.
This is a fight about rights, and it somehow got subverted to being a fight about something being $200 cheaper, and I don't see that as a win at all. This would be name any other right you have. Your right, some Congress fucking gets together and passes a bill that says you can no longer criticize insert country name here, for example. Mm-hmm. Your right to free speech is stripped away. In order to make a Twitter post, you have to pay the government a $200 tax stamp.
But that's protected. Like that's I don't know if that's
so is the Second Amendment. Shall not be infringed. It does not say shall not be infringed except silencers, except short-barreled rifles, except AOWs. It is all people forget this somehow.
You're right.
Just as much as free speech is protected, the Second Amendment 100% is. There's a reason it's the second. So imagine that your First Amendment rights get stripped away, and now you have to pay a $200 tax stamp every time you want to say something controversial, and then 100 years down the line, they pass a bill so that you no longer have to pay the $200 tax stamp, but you still have to, everything you're going to say, you still have to submit to the government for review before you're actually able to do it. That's how I see this. This is a right that was infringed upon, and we had a fight to get it back, and we were this close, and now, because they dangled, ooh, shiny, look, it's a little cheaper now, it does not in any way for me affect the core problem of you still have to register this shit with the federal government and get permission from them. You still have to give them your fingerprints. You still have to give them all of your personal information. That's what the conversation's about for me personally.
They already have all your personal information.
I would love for you to study case law when it comes to the litigation the ATF has used against gun shops. I'd love for you to see how or people actually who fight the government and see what the government does and see and God, you'd probably you wouldn't be able to leave your house. You would get so upset by the injustice that goes on every day. It's amazing. The things that the ATF is capable of, the thing that the government is capable of, the things that they've done, the history of the Branch Davidians getting fucked. Mm-hmm. When they get after, during the siege of the Branch Davidians.
Very familiar with it.
Are you familiar with how they went to fucking jail anyway? Mm-hmm. How the jury found them not guilty and the judge sent them to jail anyway?
They got awards for it. The HRT agents and
the HRT agent got their, but not the fuck the money that HRT got. But
I'm not talking about the money. To this day, the ATF and the FBI consider both
as a win.
They still view it as a win, and the people who killed children got medals for it.
Got medals.
Some of them are still serving to this day.
Yeah. But I'm
very familiar with that. But this is my core issue.
This is your core issue.
Guns are the most important thing for me, and the gun rights is something that we're the only nation with a Second Amendment. There's no other nation where guns are guaranteed to you. It is a right given to you by God, protected by the Constitution, and somehow we let that slip away from us.
Have you thought about going and getting a law degree and fighting them?
What the fuck am I going to do?
What do you mean?
Fight the government using law?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
They control the law.
I've seen it. I've been a part of it. There's people out there that need help.
I'm sure. It's an unwinnable.
Dude, so I know this chick up north in Florida, and she lost her license, and these lawyers, she let a gun go because the employee didn't read, the guy got approved, but it was more than 30 days, so they had to technically do the background check again. And the employee didn't read the fucking calendar right and signed off on it, and ATF did the inspection, pulled her license. Lady had a license for 15, 20 years and wasn't making a ton of money, but still it was she was a part of the community, whatever. And when it happened, I was like, dude, you need to get good lawyer right now. And she's like, the good lawyers cost a lot of money. I found this one guy, he's $3,000. I'm like, no, go get someone right now. And I gave her people I know. I told her exactly kind of how I would fight it and how I would do it. And she's like, no. I got these people. They're out of Miami. They're great. I'm like, they're out of Miami? Please. And I remember the day of her little thing that you do, the day of it's not a trial. It's a fucking meeting or whatever. It's I forget what it's called. But, I said, so have you prepared? And no, we're just going to go in there, you haven't fucking prepared? She's like, no. What, the lawyer didn't tell you? You guys should be talking about your strategy, what you're going to do, what you're going to say, the points. She's like, no, the lawyer said that it's pretty, and she fucking, bam, lost her license. So my point is there's hundreds and hundreds of people out there that need help legally. And if you really want to fight them, if rights are that important to you, go be a lawyer. You're young enough. You can do whatever you want.
Maybe I'll be the next James Reeves.
You'd rather just be a grandmaster.
You could be both.
You could be both.
Yeah.
You could be both. You just gotta, all you gotta do, it's not that hard to become one.
I'm never stepping foot in a school again.
Here, me neither. Me neither. Speaking of which, so you shot the US PSA match, and you got 7th. Your first time, right?
In my division in carry optics, yeah.
In carry optics, and you scored as high as a grandmaster.
Only on the classifier. There was a classifier there. It was can you count? And when you put in your hit factor for it on their website, it calculates with basically everybody else that's done that course this season in what percentile you rank. And I was like 96.4 or whatever, which would put me in a grandmaster, but I am not scoring like a grandmaster. I'm not performing like a grandmaster. That was that one single classifier that was super simple. I've got a lot of work to do. But
And you need 4 more, right?
you get ranked after 5 classifiers, so we'll see how that goes. But
And they're not at every event either.
yeah, so you can't. It's not just go to 5 events. It's like you're rolling the dice every time to see if there's.
When's the next one?
They do them twice a week at Guncraft.
Twice a week?
Sorry, twice a month.
Yeah.
My bad.
So are you signed up for the next one?
I'm on the wait list. I fucking woke up late.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, what a fucking... That sucks.
It's fine. Worst case scenario, I'll go to the one 2 weeks after.
All right, well, that's cool. Why don't you do that, Dean?
Wait list. Do what?
Get qualified to be a... what were you shooting at? What percentage?
I was A. I got A rank. I did not make master or grandmaster.
What about you, Luke?
I don't know. They don't have revolver.
Luke, so you're now you're a taken man.
I am.
You're officially in a relationship. Can we say her name?
No. But yeah.
How's it feel?
Nice. It's great. Cloud 9.
Aw,
Cloud 9.
that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you got 10th in the night match.
You're just doxing all my scores, man.
What does that mean?
It's all on practice score.
It's all on practice score.
Yeah, fair enough. I did the night match. You weren't there that time because you were up in Chattanooga.
I was in Chattanooga.
It was really fun this time. They had an RV. Well, the first stage we did was you're shooting out of an RV, which was really fun. There were a lot more like really, really good people out there. A lot of people whose first time it was doing this. I think.
How did they fucking sign up though for it? Because it gets taken. Most of it gets taken by all the members quickly.
I don't know, but there were a lot of military guys there. There were a lot of like USPSA shooters. There were a lot of like basically other competitive shooters that hadn't done the
night match.
This specific Florida Multi-Gun Steel Industries night match before. They showed up and they just started fucking smoking people.
What were people using? Like what kind of kit?
I mean, weirdly enough, saw a few 320s still. Those are still very preferred by...
Which we will talk about in a second.
Gun-wise, the rifle guys all just had really cool kitted out ARs, and then nobody really used anything but an AR. They were just ridiculously expensive.
Did you see your favorite type of shooter?
What's that?
The PCC.
On my squad, there was only one PCC shooter. So
Were they using the MPX full size?
Yeah, I'm sure on the other stages, on the other squads, there were more PCC shooters. But
Did you see any people? Remember how like we saw like all kinds of 6 hours of fucking malfunction that last time?
Not at the night match, but one thing that was super funny at the USPSA match, there was a gentleman who would always go right before me, and he was sponsored by people. Like he was wearing that shirt that's covered by logos, like it's a NASCAR driver or whatever. So he was sponsored by somebody, and he was shooting a 320. I think he was sponsored by Vortex, and every single stage, his 320 locked up, and he would. The very first stage, he goes and he shoots, and he's doing really well, and then his gun locks up, and he tries to tap rack, can't rack it, 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 can't rack it. So he just stops, walks over to one of the posts, and just punches the post with his optic, and it clears, and he keeps running the rest of the stage, and he had to do that every single stage to where it became a thing where middle of the stage, his gun locks up, he just stops shooting, walks up to a post, and just fucking punches the post with his optic to get the gun to run. It was pretty funny to watch.
With the optic?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Vortex sponsors him.
Maybe, yeah. It looked cool. Like everybody was like, "That's fucking badass." He just fucking walking up and just punching a post with his optic.
Did you ever say why it was locking up?
No.
I was wondering that.
How was Adam and Brian?
They saw that one video where I talked about their personality that they slipped into, and they kind of played into it all night, where they were being like super rigid, and as soon as we finished packing up, got in their car.
They're like, "Hey,
later, homo." They played into it.
Were the tacos good?
Tacos were great.
What were they like? Did you take the green sauce?
Oh no, I can't eat anything spicy.
Like I can't eat that shit either.
No, but Sean went up there. I wasn't gonna get it.
Sean was there too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was. He placed. I forget. Doesn't matter.
Anyways, he went up to the taco stand, and the lady behind the stand did not speak any English, so he's trying to communicate with her, just trying to ask for a taco, and they ended up giving him 5. I had some tacos. They were good.
So what percentage of people do white light to NV? Or yeah,
In my squad, there was only one. Like I said, I'm only able to see what my squad's doing, and it's not the best representation because it's, the owner's squad, for lack of a better term. So it's pretty much always the same people. But on my squad, there was only one. But when you're doing the sign up, I think it's like, probably 30-40% of people are doing white light.
okay.
There was an entire squad that was all white light people, except for one poor guy with nods.
Oh, wow, that's bad.
But the stages were really fun this time. They were fun.
Was there a long distance stage?
Yeah, there was a 100-yard stage where I actually struggled. I burned through the beginning of the stage, and then the last part of the stage is you have to hit 2 targets at 100 yards and then go to a small window and hit the same 2 targets again. And I got to the 100-yard target, and I'm aiming with my laser, and I'm just sending rounds, and I'm not getting any impact, and I can't see anything. I can't see where they're landing, so I just kept trying with the laser, and it should have registered to me way sooner that the laser is just not working. I don't know if I just forgot my hold, if it lost 0, or if I just suck or whatever, but I was like trying every possible hold I could do that I knew the gun was zeroed for, and I just could not hit it. In hindsight, it was probably because I was canting the rifle, because I wasn't shooting supported, I was shooting it canted, and that doesn't help with 0. I should have, held it normally. But eventually I was like, what the hell am I doing? So I just turned the laser off, aimed with my AOTech, ding, 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 ding. I was like, oh, I fucking wish I did that 30 seconds ago.
I tried that. I forget, I went out there and my laser wasn't working on my whatever. And, it was working on my staccato and the 9mm I brought out. But so I wanted to try to do distance because I had problem with distance the last time I went out to the match. And, I just used my, what's it called? Offhand? What's the word when you just use an optic?
Passive aiming.
Passive, yeah. So I just passive aimed and I was ding. I was like, oh, the same thing, but I was like, fuck. I had all that trouble. I just turned the fucking laser off.
Were you shooting can it too?
No.
No.
But no, the laser wasn't working.
Oh, it wouldn't even come on.
No, but when it's, I think it just wasn't zeroed right for long distance. It's hard for me. But I think the secret is when you on the distance thing, you just fucking use your red dot.
Oh yeah.
Or you just do passive. Don't even fuck with the laser.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can see out that far at 100 yards? Just with laser?
With an IR light, you can. I have a Surefire Vampire. Without it, you cannot see fucking shit at all. You need to have an IR light.
Yeah. You gotta come, Dean.
And that lights up that far, 100 yards away.
Kinda, yeah.
The Surefires are fucking bright.
The only thing that fucking sucks too is if it's too muggy, your shit will get fucking foggy. And that kind of fucks up shit. But you should come out, dude. You can use one of my nons.
I would like to try it.
Oh.
I like to try it. I'll try one.
That'd be cool. If you don't have
you know what you could do? You could get your PCC ready. You don't even have to buy anything.
Yeah, I probably would bring that.
Like you could.
It's not a 16-inch, but that's all right.
That's all right, dude. You could hit far with that.
I think you bring your bolt gun, dude. Fucking quick scope
I
all
would
the targets.
love if they would let me do that.
They'll let you do it.
You just run through the stages. Just have to hit each one twice.
I'm gonna have to have my pockets full of ammo.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Stage time 191.
So let me ask you about the match. So there were a bunch of people who were, and I've wondered this, like if there was a bunch of people who were better because people are hearing about it, and it's like the thing with the multi-gun thing, like those guys got it going on. Like they make good stages. There's a shitload of people. They all give a fuck.
Shout out Joe Clemens, best stage designer.
Yeah, like Joe Clemens, really good at like they've got it fucking going on. Like we're really blessed to have it in the area. And I figured what would happen with the night match is that everybody would fucking hear about it. Military, law enforcement, because you have there, as people have said before, you have no place to really, unless you know somebody with land, unless you have a Kevin in your pocket, which most people don't. They don't have the time to go practice with night vision. So you have all these people who are fucking junkies about shooting like us, and they hear about it now. Thus, you said there was a bunch more people there who were shooting who were good. Did it make it any more uncomfortable?
No, not at all.
Well, I mean, like think of like from like my perspective, or like a shooter who isn't that good.
No,
Was it like? Did it feel? Was it like? Oh, look at all these people with all this gear. Ugh.
The good guys are very helpful. There was one guy there. He came from USPSI, I believe he said, but he was I think he either came in first or second. He was smoking every stage. He was phenomenally good. He was this huge guy too. He's like 6'5" or whatever. Real tall, big guy.
Where's he from?
No idea. But he would like from the first stage he ran. The beep goes off, and like while the beep is still in the air, 2 shots are already out. And as soon as the first 2 shots were fired, I'm like, okay, fuck, this guy's insane. And he was just running through everything, and he ended up RSOing for me. So he's the guy holding my timer and following up behind me. And he was extremely helpful, and he was super nice because I would miss a target or fuck something up, and he would tell me, hey, just a heads up, you're probably going to get a failure to engage on that one. I'm like, oh, thank you. But no, the guys that are good are not there to shit on you and to, be superior to you and make sure you know that they're better than you. Everybody's super kind. Everybody's super helpful, especially at the Florida multi-gun. That the real USPSA match, there was a couple people who.
But no, what I'm saying is there's all kinds of people who aren't from Florida multi-gun. Like that's what I'm saying. There's this time there was just a ton of people who inundated it, right?
Yeah, there were a lot of guys I hadn't seen before.
Was the vibe really different than
not
before?
At all.
No.
Everybody is always super fun to be around, super kind, super understanding. Even there was a guy who got an ND while he was making ready, and they were even kind with him. They were like, "Hey man, you got to leave for the night. You may be able to come back later, but you got to leave." And he's like, "It's totally fine. Sorry about that." And he's apologizing. No matter the situation, they're never assholes.
How do you get an ND?
He probably had his finger on the trigger while making ready.
Okay.
It was, but even that, the arguably the worst thing you can do other than shooting somebody.
Were you close to that?
Yeah, I was behind.
Oh fuck! What was that like?
I fired it downrange.
Was it 320?
No, maybe actually I didn't check. But anyways, what I'm trying to get at is there are never nobody so far that I've encountered in competitive shooting period has ever been an asshole. Everybody's been very welcoming, very kind, very. What's the opposite of open to criticism? They're willing to give you constructive feedback, and they're willing to not do that if you tell them not to. Nobody's giving you a hard time. The vibe there is phenomenal.
But have you seen other Okay, so I was shooting the other match, and I remember somebody we shoot with was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna bow out of the night match. I don't think my gear is good enough, and my shit's not sighted in, and I'm just gonna." And I look at the guy and I'm like, "Fuck, dude, you're good. We just fucking go." You know what I mean? And but some people have, a lot of people in this time suffer from, they get anxiety and shit like that, and so you were, a spectacular shooter.
I think
so. So you won't see that criticism or that vibey thing, but did you notice anybody else kind of
The only times where I feel like people are getting uncomfortable when they've got it in their own head that other people are criticizing them when that's not what's happening. Like the guy that you talked about where he's like, "Oh, my gear's not good enough. My shit's not zero. People are probably making fun of me."
I've got a Chinese laser.
He's probably uncomfortable with that, but that's all in his head. Nobody out there is actually talking shit about him. Nobody's talking behind his back. Nobody's calling him slow. Nobody's calling
Oh, someone came on our YouTube and called me slow.
Well, that's different. That's the internet. I'm saying at the match. If you don't record it, you don't have to expose yourself to the internet. You can just go out there and have fun. You don't have to record everything and post it. I have yet to see, I could be proven wrong, but I have yet to see at the regular USPSA match, at the practice USPSA matches, at the nighttime matches, and from what I hear, the regular multi-gun matches as well, there's never any, Sean fucked up on a stage, for example, and he took 160 seconds for a stage that took everybody else 30 to 40 seconds. Nobody's fucking talking shit about him. Nobody's
Nobody made fun of his hair?
They do call him hair a lot, yeah. But that's yeah. He hasn't gotten a haircut in a year. That's justifiable.
He looks like Pablo Escobar. He does. He looks like Pablo Escobar. He's got the belly, fucking funny ass mustache.
But no. If you're concerned that I'm going to go out to a match and I'm not going to be good enough and people are going to criticize me, that is not what's going to happen. The only criticism you will get will be constructive, and it will not be in a derogatory way whatsoever.
But see, and to my point, like, remember Dean? Remember your experience at Manatee Gun?
Where I got DQ'd?
Yeah, I don't know, like you were winning and you got DQ'd for some stupid shit, right?
Yeah, but no one was like criticizing.
But that's what I mean, that funky vibe.
Oh.
Like you thought, like
turned
you
me off, yeah.
It turned you.
Yeah,
okay, so let's like, have you seen anything? So you haven't seen anything that might turn off people? Because that was my biggest reservation for years about going to any type of, because I was like, man, because I mean I like shooting by myself a lot.
Look, man, everybody out there is just happy you're out there. That's what it comes down to. No, but even if you shoot, even if you're the fucking worst shooter in the world, if you're being safe and taking your time, people are happy that you are out there. They are not.
What if I bring a lever gun?
You might get made fun of for that. Some people might think it's
I'm doing
really cool. Just remember, you still got to hit the target 2 times. You don't get like extra power factor for shooting 45-70.
No, I'm not doing. Oh yeah, I could do they've got that. They have some kind of donkey match.
Donkey match?
It's like the big gun match or something.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, it's like funny, like.
No, it's not funny gun. It's like big guns. Like the next match is like the big gun match, and you're supposed to use like 458 SOCOM and 45 ACP or 50.
That's the He-Man. That's the He-Man division. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but 3-gun has I think it's called He-Man. It's one of the like Hulk division or He-Man division or whatever.
I think they call it Donkey or something.
Whatever. There's a division where you have to use a 308 and a 45 ACP, and it's like people use like G3s or HK91s, and they'll use 1911s, and it's really cool.
That's up your alley, Luke.
I have both of those, so I can easily.
You would have known. Would you and Sean like consider a SharkCo sponsorship?
Yeah. But it's not going to be like an Omni sponsorship.
Well, I'm not giving you money.
Okay.
But I'll pay your match fee and give you ammo. Make you a shirt.
I'll do.
We'll get you a name too. Like you and Sean.
The Goon Squad.
Nacho Libre. Something. But yeah, we should work it out. So Q took us out to dinner.
Nice.
They're doing stuff for us. We're going to have a Q day pretty soon.
Awesome.
I just have to get it arranged, hopefully. And hopefully it'll happen, but we've got to do something about all this stuff.
It sucks for me when mom and dad are fighting, man.
We weren't fighting.
You want to talk about your honey badger?
I blew up my honey badger.
How?
I put blackout in it.
You were saying that me and Eric were in here while you were doing the live feed, and you said my honey badger blew up, and you just said it like that, like probably 10 times, and everybody in the comments is like, "What happened? Did it blow up by itself? Are honey badgers not good? Are honey badgers ass? Do they blow up? Is this the new 320 for rifles?" Everybody's saying that.
Oh yeah.
And I just go, "Hey, Will, how'd your honey badger blow up?" I put the wrong fucking ammo.
The wrong ammo in it. So yeah, I mean, I'll admit when I make a mistake, and I was trying to, because I throw ammo in my truck. I just throw it in there, and instead of having like ammo storage and ammo organization, I just fucking grab a case and throw it in there, and ammo will get kind of mixed up. And so I was trying to, I know it was a very safe thing to do, but I was really trying to be safe and go through my blackout ammo and go through my 5.56 ammo and get it and just shoot through it. You know what I mean? And I somehow I checked the magazine twice that I thought that I shot and blew up, and fucking blackout round got put in my 300, or my 300 round got put in my 5.56, and it went boom. It was pretty scary. So I went and bought 3 different kinds of ammo storage.
Nice. I use different mags. I would recommend most people do that if you've got both. Like,
well, I mean, different mags is one thing, but like it's different mag or having the mag mark wouldn't have mattered. I had like what I think you really have to do is you have to have the ammo completely fucking separated.
I use different color ammo cases.
Yeah, like the ammo, it has to be completely separated, or don't shoot your blackout when you're shooting your 5.56 or something. But I mean, I've got cans and bags, and I have 3 different kinds of ammo storage that I'm going to start using.
Yes.
All right, so now's the time. We have to talk about the SIG drama.
It never stops.
It never stops.
Sir, there's been another SIG-cident.
There's been another SIG incident. It's time for the SIG drama.
Yeah, so I don't know how long it'll be by the time the
Or should we talk about my new rifle?
Let's talk about your new rifle, man.
Or, let's talk about SIG drama.
Okay, so probably by the time you're watching this, 3 weeks ago or so, M18 killed an airman. And then perfectly timed right after that, gentleman, Wyoming, let me double check that before I say
Wyoming Gun Club.
whatever it is. A gentleman made a video demonstrating a safety concern that he was able to find with a 320, and it's currently sitting at 750,000 views, and it made it out of the gun sphere. This was the thing that was the most exciting for me. I don't think this specific issue is what caused most of the incidents, because A, I can't replicate it on the newer ones personally, and B, I feel like the trigger has to have something going on with it for it to happen. But the fact that this video made it out of the gun sphere was insane to me, because there's video game like streamers, there's like political commentary channels, all of them podcasters, all these guys reacting to this guy's video. I've got friends of mine who don't know fucking shit about guns who are making 320 jokes with me now because they saw it in their fucking Minecraft live feed that they were watching, where the streamer watched that video or whatever. The fact that this video made it out of the gun sphere is crazy. So now, like, SIG-cidents are now pop culture, not just gun culture, you could say. But what let me look up his name 1 second. Sorry. Wyoming Gun Project. Mr. Wyoming Gun Project. What he demonstrated is he took a 320. Here's a 320. It is safe. No ammo in there.
Safe. Question.
What you can do is if you pry the trigger past the wall and 1 millimeter in, so about right there, the way that he got to replicate it is he put a screw. 1 second, let me do this real quickly.
So what Omar is trying to do is he's trying to replicate what the Wyoming Gun Project did. And so the Wyoming Gun Project basically puts a little pressure on the trigger and then shakes the slide and then it shoots. My only problem with the video is he's not wearing ear protection. Do you guys notice that?
Well, he's just shooting he's just popping primers. He doesn't have, like, gunpowder in there.
Okay. Have you seen the video, Dean?
No, I didn't actually watch the video. I'd seen it popped up the other day.
What about you, Luke?
Yeah, I watched it.
What do you think of it?
I don't know. I'd like to see people try this with other guns too. I mean, like, I don't want to defend SIG here, but like sticking a screw in a gun and then
shaking the slide.
Yeah.
Is it like?
Yeah. Is that like?
Is that a reason?
Yeah. I don't know.
Because it seems like you're manipulating the gun too much to make it malfunction.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, so we've got a long history with SIG Sauer, and it hasn't always been rosy. You know, like we had my first so back before SIG became SIG. You know, like the SIG rep would stop by, a gentleman named Stewart, and we just didn't really click, and we were more of a Glock store, and then one time I almost got in a fight with him at SHOT Show, because we tried to become a SIG Sauer dealer, and he was like, "I think that High Noon sells more guns than you guys do." Yeah, he said that to me, and I like lost my temper, and Lori had to kind of pull me away. And but then like a year or two later, like they called us up and said, "Hey, you know, we'd like to, you know, meet with you." And they came in and they're like, "We want you to be a SIG direct dealer, and we think that you know." And so we started getting into it, and then they came out with the 365 and the various 365s, and we started this relationship with their reps. We had Paul, we had Carter, and then we had this kid named Dusty, and we developed like a good relationship with SIG Sauer. And then SIG Sauer is now kind of a big part of our gun shop. SIG Sauer is a big part of most gun shops.
Yeah.
Like it's a premium brand that most gun shops, you know, adhere to or buy into because it's, you know, by all accounts good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's SIG is like the, you know, the hot chick at college that you just want to bang and she won't let you. Like it is kind of like that, but he's back.
So, what Mr. Wyoming Gun Project demonstrated is if you can get the trigger to be, he said, 1 millimeter past the initial take-up, past the wall. So the trigger is not fully pulled right now. If I keep pulling on it, it'll go even farther back. So the trigger is not fully engaged, but it is somewhat engaged. I'm going to take a big pen and throw it in there so you can see. If you jostle the slide, it will go off without touching the trigger. Now, this does require the trigger to be pulled slightly back. So again, I don't think this was the reason why most of these SIG incidents happened.
SIG is that a word now?
Yes. Okay. Sure, there's been another SIG incident. But I'll demonstrate once that thing is... Oh, shit. I guess I won't.
No, grab it.
Studio chair. The whole thing about it is that the trigger is not fully engaged. The trigger is just a little bit engaged. So after where the point is, it still needs to be pulled back farther. Ugh.
Now, can you replicate it with the other 320 that's on the table?
No.
You
I
can't.
just tried it with the
See?
M18. I personally cannot. So again, I don't believe that this specific safety concern is what caused those incidents, but the fact that the demonstration of this went so as viral as it did, because this is like the first piece of gun drama I've seen where it's expanded past just gun channels.
Past gun slaps.
Yeah,
Shout out gun slaps. We love you.
I don't.
Don't make fun of us.
You don't like gun slaps?
No.
Why don't you like gun slaps?
They're funny, man.
They're fucking funny.
If I say too much, I'll be on the next post.
Oh, you're already there.
I love gun slaps. It's fucking hilarious. In spite of us being on there a couple times, like I think they're fucking hilarious.
Yeah, right before the podcast, I tried it with a factory M18 that I grabbed out of the box, brand new, and I could not get the same thing to happen.
Could you get it to work with mine?
No. But this old 320, this is like a pre-safety.
It's a Gen 1.
Yeah, just a Gen 1 320. It happens every time. You just pull it back a little bit and then jostle the slide, and it engages. I don't think that's it. The way that he was saying it is, for whatever reason, whether it's like buildup or whatever, if you can get the trigger to be just like right there instead of there, it is liable to go off. But that would still include the trigger being right there, which is already like no bueno. But
I think the idea behind it is if it goes back a little bit, that could maybe like in some type of safari holster or whatever, like that could happen, or that could happen when you're holstering it or something. Maybe
it's possible. The fact that it happens at all is a big concern because, as far as I'm aware, you cannot do that with any other firearm. You cannot get it to go off by any means. The fact that you are able to engage the firearm just by squeezing the slide and the frame together, even though the trigger has to be engaged, is pretty crazy. But like I said, you saw how difficult it was for me to even get it to that stage. Potentially, 1 in a billion chance the trigger with inertia got pulled to that point and then the slide jostled at the same time. You could make the argument for it. I think it's probably something else, but I just wanted to demonstrate that is repeatable with certain 320s. If you prep the trigger 1 millimeter past the initial wall, you can squeeze the slide and frame together and it will fire.
So what does that make you think about the whole SIG thing?
Not all too much. My opinions on the 320 are not changed at all because they were pretty bad to begin with. This is just like when I
Where does your hate for SIG Sauer come from?
Their response to things.
Their response to things.
Yeah. For example, Daniel came out with the H9, and there was an alleged problem where under a specific circumstance and a specific condition on the gun using a specific type of ammo, the gun wouldn't work properly.
Mm-hmm.
So they made an entire announcement about it, talking about exactly what those situations were, exactly what was causing them, and telling you that you can send in your gun and they will upgrade it completely for free and all that. Other companies, usually when faced with safety things, will issue recalls or at least make, statements explaining what happened and why it went wrong.
What got recalled lately? Something got recalled. I forget.
Can't remember exactly what it was. But anyways, That's the reaction I like to see from companies when there's something potentially wrong. SIG chooses to ignore the problem, silently discontinue it, or not or and call the people that call the problem out like names. They'll call them anti-gun grifters. Like the whole post that they made where they're saying, you know, if you think that there's anything wrong with the 320, you're an anti-gun grifter and you're just using SIG as your first target, and afterwards you'll move on to other gun companies because your main goal is to destroy the gun community as a whole. Like, what the fuck, man?
Did SIG pull back?
They should see Twitter.
2P11? Did they pull that back? What happened to that gun?
I saw it.
Oh, really?
I saw it. I played with it.
But the other thing is
Staccato has nothing to worry about.
the Romeo Zero is a great example for it. The Romeo Zero came out.
Which one? The first one?
It was a plastic red dot.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, Romeo Zero, they made a plastic pistol red dot, which, you know, mounts on a slide that reciprocates very violently. And pretty much everybody was like, what the fuck are you doing? Why would you make a polymer red dot? And they were like, oh, we've tested it. It's fucking perfect. It's great. It doesn't have any issues. And I remember I talked to our SIG group about it. I'm like, dude, what's up with a polymer red dot? And they're like, oh, if you can...
Great.
It's great. It's so good. We tested it so good. Whatever. It was up for a year. During that year, out of anything I've ever sold in my life while working at the shop, that was the number one thing that came back. Like every other one we sold, somebody would come back like a week later and be like, yo, the red dot died. I put a new battery in it and it died in 3 days or whatever. And then people were being like, oh, the dot just turned off and now it won't turn back on, completely dead. People would say, oh, it literally like adjusts its own zero.
Okay, so SIG didn't address that?
They silently discontinued it. They don't make it anymore. That's it.
I wish they still made them.
They didn't make any statement about it. They didn't, say, oh, if you have a Romeo Zero, it might have issues, send it in and we'll replace it with a Romeo X for free. They just silently discontinued it. That's why I'm not a big fan of SIG, is their response to things. And it really does seem to me that SIG Sauer is the most corporate gun company, like by far. It's the only company where you can call them with a question and they have to review it with a board before giving you an answer. I don't know if you remember that. We tried to call somebody over at SIG to get a question answered for the podcast, and they said, oh, we got to review that with a board before giving you an answer. They've got their entire thing. They're very corporate. They're extremely corporate, and corporations have one job, which is shareholder value, and that's above everything else. It's not necessarily...
You fucking talk like an anarchist.
I mean, it's true. The number one job of...
Have you heard of Black Flag?
If you're talking actual corporation, SIG Sauer has a giant fucking board, several boards tiered on top of each other, and all of them, their number one goal is to get them contracts, get them money. It's just increase shareholder value.
That's everybody.
Yeah.
That's not everybody.
It is everybody. It is everybody with a board.
Yeah.
It is 100% everybody with a board. Everybody with a board. It's capitalism, dude.
If they're not getting paid, they're not going to stay. They're not going to get their good idea.
I mean, that is capitalism. But I hear your point. My only thing is to your point, like bringing up Marty Daniel and Daniel Defense, friends of ours, owning the H9 and it not working. But who is one of the biggest targets of like the fucking the hate groups? Like that, people love to fucking hate on Daniel Defense. They try to do everything right, and everybody fucking just gives them shit.
For sure.
Probably because they're one of the bigger fish in the sea.
Yeah. But
so I mean, could it be? I get your point. I understand you're about integrity and you want people to own things, and that's what you're supposed to do. If you make a mistake, you own it. If I'm a dickhead to you, I try to say sorry, or like I try to. That's stuff you learn in recovery. Like you own your mistakes, try to make amends, and move on. But Daniel Defense does that, and it doesn't matter. So, is it possible that some of the SIG hate comes from them being just the big fish in the sea?
I'm sure some of it does, but I feel like a lot of it is actually warranted. Okay.
But do you think that well, what do you do if you're SIG Sauer?
Many things.
But what would you suggest to them if they're listening, which they probably are?
Think they're really listening?
Oh yeah. People so when I went to and it's confusing because like the overall views we have on things, but you wouldn't believe the amount of people that said, "Dude, I like your podcast." Like, and not just like, so I heard it like, "Dude, I like your podcast," from customers we sold guns to, from vendors, from little bosses, like little bosses in the company, to big bosses, like fucking saying stuff we've said. Like the CEO of the company, yeah, blah 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 blah. Whoa, you fucking listened. Like saying like things that we've said in the podcast, like mimicking him to us. So yeah, always suspect that people are going to watch.
All right. If this was early on in the SIG thing, where few reports came in, few people got injured, few lawsuits came in, there addressing it would have been the best thing to do. But they've dug the hole so deep now that like I could be completely.
Did you read the new email that came out?
Are you talking about the post they made with like, we're going to comply with Army to make, help them with their testing or whatever?
I think that's in there, but they sent a big email out to everybody.
Oh no, I'm not fucking subscribed to SIG Sauer's emails.
Your production at sharkostactical.com, you get emails.
I don't get any emails from SIG.
All right.
Me and Chris got it, yeah.
See, Luke got it.
I did not.
Yeah.
Anyways, if it was earlier on in the process, owning it obviously would have been the right thing to do. But the main thing is...
Like, what do you do now?
Well, nothing.
Nothing?
Because everybody could be completely wrong. Turns out, every single SIG incident that's happened so far, every single piece of evidence that's come out, every single testing by people that proved that there was a safety issue was actually a wrong and a fluke or whatever. And still, they have still fucked themselves because the reputation around this pistol specifically is ruined. Partially because of their response to it. If at the beginning they had either not even admitted it, fucking stay silent. The fact that they called people who were accusing them of something stupid and called them anti-gun grifters, all that one move they made, I personally think permanently sealed like any chance of recovery they could have. The only chance of like winning the trust of gun people back they could do at this point is like completely give into it, say like, we were wrong, we're recalling every 320, whatever.
Oh boy.
But
Would
again,
that get you back?
what?
Well, I'm not back. Would
No.
that make you like them?
No.
So maybe some of this is
What if
because
they said-
hate, like what you're doing?
That's what I'm saying. Though.
What if they sent you a P211?
I shoot Glocks
Okay.
for a reason, because I can pull the trigger back as far as I want, and as long as it.
All right.
Anyways, at this point, they have done so much, like, whatever the opposite of damage control is, that I don't...
Aggressive damage control.
They have tried so hard to make this not an issue that even, like I said, even by, some miracle, there was never an issue, and everybody that has pointed it out was wrong. The way that they've handled themselves, I feel like certain people will never be won back by SIG again. And that goes for future products as well. And it is sad because it's sad in a way because like this is one gun.
Because we have 10% of our gun shop devoted to SIG Sauer.
What I'm saying is nobody as far as I'm aware has ever had a SIG incident with a 365. Like I've never heard anything negative about a 365 other than, long-term longevity, but no like safety issue about a 365. But the taint of the 320 is bleeding over to every SIG product, to now where people are making up shit that probably doesn't exist about other SIG products, and people are believing it because it's like, well, if they did that with the 320, who's saying they didn't do it with every other gun? At this point, no, I don't know what SIG could do other than, bend, because the bend over backwards and like appease everybody is not an option for them either because of all the contracts.
Do you have an opinion what they should do? In your opinion, Luke or Dean, what do you think they should do?
The route they're going, I think, is the right one. There's always going to be, say, people like Omar that just fucking hate. There's nothing you can do about it. And it's going to make it, worse in some areas, but like SIG can't make Omar happy. And there's other people like that. So the email they put out and what they're doing at this point, I think that's all they can do. I think it was bad on your side, Omar, that they kind of hit it at first. That was kind of stupid. Mm-hmm. But maybe they had a good reason. Maybe they said all the testing they did, they could never replicate it. Maybe that was true. And there's no reason to come out and say, this is our fault. Because they did say they tested extensively and could not get this to happen.
And there's all the bullshit with the fact that they won the contract too that leaves a taste in your mouth. Like the fact that they won the M17 contract or the XM17 contract or whatever, that people view that very negatively as well because it was kind of bullshit. Like there's no reason why they should have. They ended the testing early. They did not do the actual operator testing where they give the gun to an operator and have him do realistic like situations with it. They just shot it 12,500 times and said this one's it and adopted it without the full testing being completed.
Is that true, Luke?
I did look it up. Yeah. Well, it kind of is. That's what Glock says. All that it came from Glock saying this is what happened. I think it might be kind of them being.
It hasn't been independently verified.
Yeah, it can't be. I think that might be Glock being salty they didn't get picked, but which I agree they should.
No, if you can show me your claims, then I'm good with it. But Luke just looked for me, can't find them. You said all you have to do is go on Google and you can find them. And Luke went on Google, our new Jamie.
I'll double check.
The glue.
The glue.
Allegedly, I mean not allegedly. The XM9 contract, the one that
okay, but like before you start saying claims about the X9, what are your sources? Like what are your sources? Like what information? Like show me information where that like fucking Google AI. Like show me something where your claims are actually verified, as opposed to just you spouting off numbers and facts or alleged facts. Please. While we're waiting, Dean, High Point wants to take part of our walls.
Really?
Yeah, like High Point wants us to carry their stuff, and they want us to like carry like 15 of their guns.
15?
Yeah, like they want 15, and I'm like, dude, no. Like I even started talking to him, like, well, what about your pistols? Like not the pistol, but the PCCs, because those look kind of cool,
and they sold decent, right? People seem to shoot them.
People seem to shoot not our customers, but
I thought we got rid of ours pretty quick. I thought we got rid of the ones we got pretty quick.
No, I made Pierce take him to the gun show and sold them. No, but they didn't move pretty. But they want to have a presence in our shop, and they want to like give us a bunch of guns to sell. And if we sell them, we give them money. If we don't, we don't. And they are convinced that people will see different high points. Mm-hmm. Like if they're looking for staccatos or whatever, they might see a high point and they're like, yeah, that looks pretty cool. Let me buy it. What do you think about that?
Nah, that won't happen. That won't. It's just different price range, and no.
Luke, have you found anything?
It does say that it may have ended early, but only thing I can find is that Glock is saying that. You know what I'm saying?
What it's in Glock has a newspaper or something?
No, I mean I'm on ChatGPT. They said, well, it's just taking articles that I can't open because they're paywalled. But
so that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of claims about the whole thing of SIG Sauer, and you said, okay, show me proof. What I think SIG Sauer should do is they need to hire fucking a PR person and go on every podcast, and they should hire hire Ben Stoker. Like, say, okay, like let's hire no, like okay.
Out of anybody you could have picked,
Ben Stoker,
you picked the number one SIG hater to be
absolutely
their spokesperson.
No, I mean, so what do they need? They need to show testing. They need to like even make a fucking TV show out of it. Like, go to 10 gun shops, buy 10 different 320s, put them through the fucking ringer, and see, and put them, like, get a safari holster. Try to emulate or what's the word?
Replicate
the problems of the 320. Get one of the biggest haters and say, look, we'll pay you. Let's do a show. And if good, bad, or indifferent, we will let you have the content and pay for them to do it. Or at least something to that at least something. You have to be public at this point with the problems. Like, you just can't issue a statement. You just can't issue an email that says, hey, this is what's right. Please don't believe what everybody's saying. This is the fucking internet generation. People want proof, and the only proof that and they want good proof, because if it's not good proof, they're going to say AI. So fucking hire a good person to speak, go on fucking Sean Ryan, go on Joe Rogan, go on every fucking podcast you can get on and talk about like the 320 and talk about SIG Sauer and the good things that they did. It fixed the image of what's out there. But the big thing that they need to do is they need to have public viewed testing, like arbitrary, like no bias testing. Like go to 10 gun shops, buy 10 different 320s, film it, try to replicate any of the instances where these incidents have happened, and say, okay, like if you go through 10, fucking no problems. Go to another town. You could even go to different towns. Go to another town, buy 10 more, film it. No more problems. Take, and then get one of the big detractors like fucking Ben Stoker. Say, hey, I'll pay you fucking $1 million. We will do a independent testing. You will sit here and let's help to see if it fucking goes off. And then if it doesn't go off, then you have something. But my big thing with them is number one, if you keep trying something and it doesn't work, you got to stop doing it. You got to regroup, reload, according to Jocko, and try something different. You can't continue to do the stuff that's not working. People want proof, and they've got the money to do it. They could easily hire fucking somebody to represent them as a corporate ambassador and fucking start going. Like contact the gun slap people. Like contact gun slaps. Say, hey, fucker, let's fucking like come to SIG Mothership. Let's film you. God, I wonder what gun slaps looks like. let's or you know who would really do it well? Fucking print, shoot, repeat.
Yeah.
That would be good. Or the dirty kids. Or the dirty heads, or what the fuck they're called. You know, like bring it out. And the problem is no one's going to question, no one's going to sour their reputation as an anarchist gun person. But
It's also like the whole payment thing, I feel like really sour.
what do you mean?
You're saying, oh yeah, SIG Sauer paid me $1 million to conduct unbiased real review.
Because
like,
these people are rich people who aren't like so fucking like you're gonna say, hey, Prince, shoot, repeat, or Hager Anthem, who makes $60,000 per fucking ad.
do you think anybody in the world is going to go and believe, well, yeah, they paid this guy $1 million to say that the SIG is fine, so the SIG must be fine?
You always have people who it will detract from it.
Yeah,
I mean, you're always gonna have people who say, but then have some fucking like what's his name, like Richard Vasquez, fucking like he's a former ATF lawyer. He's a lawyer, but he's former ATF, and he was part of the ATF manufacturing branch. Like have someone who is known to have integrity. Pull one of the frat guys. At least my point is just do fucking something. Do something.
I don't have my laptop with me, so I can't fact check everything. But
Well, how about
I'm sure
next?
somebody watching can.
Now, how about next time?
I'll come with it.
Next time we do a podcast, like you come with actual like a fucking book report.
Sure,
Instead of saying like sources.
Sure.
Real independent, and I'm not going to fucking take the dork in the fucking comment feed. you know, no, it said this.
It's probably Sean in the comments.
Sean, help me out.
Or one of my enemies. There's so many.
The trial was supposed to go to 35,000 rounds. They called it the 320 the winner after 12,500. The Glock had a much lower stoppage rate between rounds. There was significant
All right, so hold on. You can't say stuff like that.
I'm making the claim. I might be wrong.
But you don't have fucking. So that
I do. I have. I can.
You do not.
I'll pull it up. Somebody will.
Luke just
link
tried.
to it.
Luke just fucking tried.
I can try again. But
He's
I'll
there.
have it for you tomorrow. I'll spend my free time off the clock tonight researching this stuff for you. I mean, I've already researched. I'll just pull it up. I don't have the fucking receipts with me.
It's not a video of somebody saying
No, it is-
It has to be the actual first-person research
It is a complaint made to the U.S. Army
from Glock.
from Glock, and
Right.
the Army responded to it, saying, yes, many issues were found in the evaluation process for the XM17 trial.
They disputed the bid.
They denied it. They did not dispute it. They denied it because they said the reason the 320 was chosen was because of a monetary reason. It was way cheaper, and the added performance boosts of the Glock did not justify a 37% price increase for the contract. So they said, no, we're not going to take your complaint and replace all the M17.
Wait. So the 320 is $200? That's 37%, dude.
Between the two bids from Glock and SIG for the XM17 contract, Glock's was 37% more expensive, and that's the reason they went with the M17. But that doesn't change the fact that they ended the trials early.
How could it be 37%?
That's what
they're the same price.
To you, not to the Army. SIG will do anything. SIG will do anything to get that contract.
Don't know that.
I do know that.
You don't know, but it's so that's just the perspective that I'm trying to lay down. Is you don't know? Like I'm not defending fucking them at all. I mean, I know them pretty well, and I've seen things that they like. Yet, like God, what they do? Like they sent us fucking 100 FCUs the other day without telling us. Hey, here we go. Now I mean, SIG does some shit sometimes, but there's still SIG Sauer. It just has to be verified.
For sure.
It has to be a verified claim, and I think that's where we're getting away from. We're getting away from like there's no denying that something's fucking going on. No denying it. But there's also no denying that the fucking macro is a solid fucking handgun. The macro is solid. The 365.
Nobody's talking about the 365.
I understand, but SIG Sauer has plenty of product that is good fucking product, and there's obviously some kind of problem. Obviously, with the fucking Gen 1, there's a lot of problem with that one because you could replicate that safety deficiency. But I've disputed a bid before. Like, I lost a bid to a city one time, and I fucking said, what the fuck? Fuck you. My shit's better.
You think that's what happened? You think everything that Glock is saying is made up and false, that
I'm saying that
the operator trials didn't happen, they ended the tests early.
Glock just wanted the money.
You think that's what it was?
The board.
We'll see. I'll come with receipts.
No, I mean, it's just so what I'm saying is I know what this is. It's a piece of paper, and you only know what is in front of you, what you can prove. That's the only thing that you really know is true. You don't know something that Glock claims. You don't know if it's to be true or not.
I know the Army responding to the Glock claim saying that, yes, there were many problems with the evaluation process. There were errors found, but that doesn't change the fact that they were cheaper, which is why we went with that. That is from the Army, yes. The Glock contract was 37% more expensive than the SIG.
Put that shit in chat GPT. Spit on it.
They also didn't conduct the trial with the operator running realistic drills with it. They just shot it 12,500 times. It had more stoppages between rounds. The mean number of rounds between stoppages was much smaller in the 320 compared to the Glock. There were significant accuracy issues found with the 320, but they put all that stuff aside because it was cheaper.
Okay, so the accuracy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right, no, the 320 is an accurate gun.
Sure.
It is, absolutely. Like it's more accurate than a gun.
During the testing, they were found to have significant accuracy issues, which were amended later on.
But I thought the police.
Same with the drop test thing. There were significant drop testing issues.
All right.
Drop safety issues that were amended.
Next time we're going to have first person sources, and we can look up everything, so it's not hearsay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is going on the internet. The people watching will be able to look it up. I can't look it up right now because we're in the middle of a podcast and I don't have a laptop. Everything I'm saying is true.
Okay. What do you think of the Glock 26X?
Cool.
You like it?
Yeah.
The one that Glock Store's putting out?
It's cool. I made a joke about that like a year ago in a comment section, and the person who made the post liked it and pinned it, I believe. But yeah, some page had made like a funky edit of a Glock 19 where it looked like the barrel was super short, and I said, "Is that the brand new Glock 26X?" And they came out with it. I want my cut of the money on that. But yeah, I
understand.
I think it's cool.
What do you think, Dean?
I don't like it. I don't like the Glock. That's just a little fat gun. I don't know. The 19,
what's-
there's nothing wrong with the 19. Just carry the 19.
What's wrong with the 43X? Why do you need a 26? Luke says it's because people have big bare hands.
Well, I do.
I'm actually trying to move towards a 19. Next purchase I'm making is a 19 Koa out of my 43X.
Okay.
I think fat gun, good.
Well, then why not get the 26X?
Glock 19.
That's my point.
That's the greatest handgun ever made.
That's my point.
That's the greatest thing ever
Well-
made. Glock 19, there's nothing better than it. That's the best thing since the wheel.
I watched Lenny McGill's video. Shout out Lenny McGill. Oh.
Then oh boy, you're trying to get a fucking free one.
No.
You are.
No, I'm not.
He's trying to get a free one.
He
Hey, when he was at our table at SHOT Show, were you like fucking
Yeah.
were you behind the curtains like touching yourself?
I remember I was like, Josh, it's Lenny McGill. He's like, who's that? I'm like, oh my God.
And you were like, were you like over? Hey, how are you, Lenny? You were, weren't you?
I did shake his hand. I'm like, hey, Lenny, a big fan. But yeah, anyways,
His kid was so mean to me the first time I met him.
really?
Yeah, he was mean to me.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Anyways,
He buys from us now.
yeah, what he was saying is that because of the recoil spring and the shorter recoil spring, if you shoot it with a dot, you can your dot will return to zero or like return quicker, just because the slide goes quicker. I don't know how much that I'd like to see like testing on that or shoot two guns, shoot the 26 and a 19.
How much is it?
I think it's like $150.
No, how much is the gun?
It's just a
It's
frame
like a frame.
that you put all the OEM
They gotta
stuff
go-
into.
Buy yourself a 26 and then go buy the frame. Put them together.
Oh, that's what they did.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. But and then the other thing is like you can put like it's basically a 43X, but you can put full size flashlights and full size optics on it, which a lot of people want to do. I mean,
Well, another thing is I feel like a lot of reason why barrels get long to begin with for concealed carry guns is because of sight radius. I feel like the accuracy difference between like a 19 and a 17, for example, is pretty negligible for any self-defense situation. Same thing when it goes to like recoil control and all that. Like all that stuff really does not matter as much. The main reason it mattered for the longest time is because the more distance you have between your front sight and your rear sight, the more accurate you can be. So, for example, the reason the 48 exists over the 43X is so that if you're using iron sights, you're more accurate with it because there's more distance. But the muzzle velocity difference, in my opinion, is pretty negligible for any self-defense situation. Once red dots have become, now that red dots are mainstream, that barrel length difference doesn't really matter that much anymore. Is having a 19 over a 26 barrel really going to make that much of a difference in how you're doing? If you're using a red dot, I really don't think so. So I think short-barreled concealed carry guns are much more in demand and useful now that red dots are a thing, because it eliminates the need for a sight radius. No matter if you've got a 1-inch barrel or a 10-inch barrel, your red dot does the same thing. You don't need that extra distance to be more accurate with it.
and I think the gun industry as a whole overcorrected with like the small like carry guns. Like we started with like the 26 in the J frame, and like the cars and stuff. And then, well, the big main ones, like first we got the Shield, the 365 and the Glock 43. And those were like really small, hard to shoot, not very good. And they've slowly been getting bigger. Like we got the XL, the 365 XL, we got the 43X and the 48, the macro. Yeah. And then we're getting to like the macro.
Canic Prime.
Canic Prime, the new Shield X that's coming out, which looks cool. But yeah, I feel like we're going back up in size as a whole for carry guns because they just got too small where they're not fun to shoot. And they're very concealable, but they're not fun to shoot. They're hard to shoot, and you're not going to have fun shooting them. Like you're not going to go to the range all the time and be like, "Oh, I can't wait to shoot my 43."
Yeah.
My thing is, I'm actually going to agree with Omar. Like, there's nothing better than the Glock 19, besides the Staccato. No, but
I agree with Will.
no, but I think like my Glock 19 is it's my favorite gun. I love that fucking thing. It's so old and it works so well. I love my Glock 19. But so I wouldn't trade my Glock 19 for a fucking 26 that's half of the Glock 19 frame. I mean, shout out to Lenny McGill for coming up with the idea, and it's fucking cool. And I dig it, and I wish him all well, but I don't see the need I'd rather just have 19.
Yeah, just get the 19.
Just carry your 19.
But if you have a 26, you have to do this. Like,
nah, leave it home, let it be a hammer.
Yeah, but who has a 26?
A lot of people still do.
Zippy Bobby.
Zippy Bobby, yeah.
Our painter, Kyle, he's got a 26. A lot of people still have the 26 because it was the go-to before slimline was a thing.
But I think, isn't the 43 almost perfect? The 43X almost perfect?
Easier to shoot than the 26. The 43X is easier to shoot.
Debatable.
Bigger handle, you put more of your grip on there. I shot a 26. It was awful.
Well, 26 with a little pinky extension, though?
The 43X is easier to shoot.
I don't know, man.
Solid, that thing's not moving. It's solid, you can put a solid grip on it.
See, to me, the only thing that shoots better than a 43X is a 19.
Yeah, I would agree.
Right.
It's already fine. Like I get it. I get, here to capitalism and Lenny coming up with something different and cool and trying. But I mean, the 43X is pretty good, and I think that if you want something better, 19.
Yeah. Once you get in those fat guns, just go get the 19.
Just go to 19, and is that smaller grip? Does it make it that much better for carry? And if you want something more comfortable for carry, just use a 43.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But that's
I don't know. I'm agreeing with Luke on this one. The Micro 9 guns are not fun to shoot, and I feel like they make especially new gun owners.
What, your 43X? It's not fun to shoot?
My 43X is because I've done ridiculous things to it, and I've made it, as far away from stock as it can get.
Yeah, but the ridiculous things that you've done to it, how much different are they than adding a different frame to a 26?
Much different. Mine's got a fucking gas pedal on it, man. But what I'm saying
You've got the Batwing, and
I've got the Batwing.
I mean,
and you fattened it up with goon tape, haven't you?
And I fattened it up with goon tape, and I've got a magwell on it, and I've got a flashlight on it, and I've got a Johnny Glock fucking 4311 trigger on it. Like, my 43X is great, but a stock 43X, the trap that new gun owners will fall into all the time is they'll be selecting a gun, because the advice I always give is buy the gun you're actually going to carry, because your fucking 17 will shoot better than your 43X. But it's no good if you leave it at home every other day because you don't want to be asked to, carry it around. Buy the gun you're actually going to take with you everywhere you go, because that's what it's for. Because I feel like one trap people fall into is they buy the gun that shoots super well, but then it's too big for them to even carry it. Like, they'll buy some metal frame gun that shoots like a dream, hammer fired, but they never want to fucking carry it. So the alternative to that, and just like Luke said, I feel like people overcorrected, is Micro 9s, which are great. You can carry them every day, everywhere you go. You don't even notice it's there, but they shoot like shit. I feel like somewhere in between is the perfect, where it's small enough to where you can carry it every day without it being a burden, but you still enjoy shooting it and are willing to go and train with it. Because there's nothing better than wanting to go train. If you are willing to every day carry a 19 or a 26X, you will go to the range to shoot and train with it and get better with it. If you buy a 43X, chances are most new gun buyers who come in here and buy a 43X or a 365, they probably don't shoot it unless they absolutely have to.
But you just wrote off your whole first statement. You get the 43X and go train with it, and you can shoot. I watched this guy hit a bunch of A targets at the Monday night with his 48?
48.
It's the same thing. You left that statement out.
I'm not talking about gun enthusiasts. I'm talking about new gun buyer. I want to buy a gun so that I feel safe.
So if new gun buyer buys a 17, he's still going to shoot shit? Or because of the 17, you're saying he's going to the range, but if he gets a 43X, he's not going to go to the range?
If he buys a 17, he'll go to the range and get really good with it, but chances are he or she will not carry it every day because it'll be too big and it'll be a burden, and they'll wake up in the morning, they'll get to their door, and they'll look at it and they'll go, do I really need it today? And chances are that's the day you need it.
I think our 43 Orca is pretty cool. The 43X Orca, I think it's great.
But yeah,
you didn't like it that much.
I'm just not a fan of compensators personally. But for if you're fine with comps, yeah, they're great. All of our comped guns shoot like a dream. I just can't stand fucking comps.
The concussions.
I can't stand it. Because I like to shoot 600 rounds when I go out. If I shoot 600 rounds out of a ported gun, especially if it's indoors, I've got a fucking TBI. That's why I don't like them. But if you do low round count shooting, or you're okay with your brain getting shaken up, maybe I'm just super sensitive about it.
I think you're just super sensitive about it.
Yeah, probably. They'll shoot great. But like, the main thing I'm trying to get at is If you go for a full-size gun, you're not going to carry it even if you shoot well with it and go train with it. If you buy a super tiny gun, you'll carry it every day, but chances are you go to the range once a year with it, again, as a new gun buyer, not as a gun enthusiast. You go to the range once a year with it to make sure it still works. When the time comes, you may not be comfortable enough with it or good enough with it to use it effectively.
But
What's the perfect middle ground?
I understand your point, but the 43X is a good gun to shoot, I think.
No. If you're a new gun buyer and it's your first pistol you ever shot and you shoot a 43X, you'll probably never want to touch a pistol again. That shit is so snappy.
Shit, I don't know about that, man.
All
That's
tiny,
really strong, but
That's strong, dude. No way.
all tiny micro 9s are 365 shield. All of those guns are snappy as shit. And most people that don't shoot guns, when I hand them one and they shoot it, they hate it. Then I'll hand them a 17, I'll hand them a staccato or whatever, and they'll love it. The balancing act is finding one in between, one you'll actually carry and enjoy shooting. And guess what that in the middle is? Glock 19. And maybe the 26X. I think all roads lead back to 19.
Yeah.
My take.
It's Matt Best's #1 gun.
Just a guy on the internet. Buy Glock 19.
So, all right, when we'll close with this. You weren't here when we were talking about it, Omar, but High Point wants us to carry like at least 10 of their guns and display them in our store.
Cool.
And they'll give them to us for free, and we just have to sell them and then pay them.
It probably won't be too hard. People buy them.
You think?
Yeah. High Point is one of those companies.
No, but we would just use the PCCs, but they want us to send like 11 different rifles that they have in PCCs.
In my perspective, High Point is that one company that's shit on because it's like even the non-gun people know that High Point is the cheap, shitty gun company.
Uh-huh.
So people always be like, this guy carries a High Point, or they'll see some stupid shotgun. Oh, I bet you, I didn't know High Point made a shotgun or whatever. High Point's like the what's it called when you're just shitting on it constantly? It's the fucking moo cow.
Whipping boy.
Yeah, it's a whipping boy
how
of
you
like
treat SIG?
So you think, yeah, exactly how you treat SIG?
But I don't really think it's as realistic. I feel like that's like a non-very gun enthusiast person's look at the industry, because in reality, you don't really see a lot of High Points. One,
you think we should take some wall space and put High Points in here?
Yeah, if they're gonna give them to you for free, you'll make money off of them. People will buy them. People buy High Points, and they're not the worst gun in the world. Like, believe it or not, they're clunky. They're ugly as shit. They are way too bulky. They're stupid guns, but they work. I trust it more than a lot of higher end guns that we currently carry in.
Have you shot one before?
Oh yeah,
Where?
at Kevin's.
Who had one?
One of your employees who's gone now, but he had a bunch of them.
Really?
Yeah, people collect them. He had the one with all the. Alex has one. He's got the Benjamin Franklin one where it's
Okay.
$100 bills.
Where do we stick them at? You tell me.
Yeah, what do we take down?
What do we take down?
Oh, I can tell you exactly what to take down.
Okay, what?
And put on sale and
What?
blast.
What?
You want me to tell you now?
Yep, good.
Those guns up there.
No,
that have
not
been
the guns
sitting
on top.
Up there for longer than I've been working here.
No.
Those that one,
Those guns
so
mean a
is
lot to
that
me.
one.
So I should put High Points up there.
Not necessarily up there. Just get rid of those. Put them
Okay,
down
so-
at the gun show table. Make them less than cost.
Okay, no.
So people
No,
buy
you
'em.
have to take a section because you can't
And then you just
can't
move
take
the ARs up there.
You can't take those ARs that are not selling, because the reason why they're up there is because you can't really reach up there anyway in their product. Like, they're fine, and I like them. I like that Crusader. I like that gun there. I like that gun there. I get it, but you can't take those guns down and magically have a space on the wall.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
Put them on that gun show table that you've got, and then move that.
You've got to say, okay, lever guns go. Mossberg goes. Beretta goes.
Yeah, lever guns go then. If you're making
You
that
fucking
choice.
racist.
Dude, you've got 3 sections of just lever guns. How
I have
many
2
lever
sections.
guns do you sell?
Not
There's
very.
3. 1, 2, 3, right there. Look at that one. Look at how much space that one's taking up.
It looks really cool.
If
So
you're-
you think we should take some of the lever guns down and put the High Points up?
correct. Take one section of those lever
All
guns
right,
down,
I'll
put
fucking
high
email
points up
Charlie
there.
Brown tomorrow.
In reality,
The owner emails me and he's like, "Hey, come on, let's do this. Let's fucking let me put my guns in your store." And I'm like, "I don't have anywhere to put them. Give me the PCCs." He's like, "No, you got to take 10."
Look, I'm not a High Point defender by any
You
means.
want one for free, don't you?
No. I do
You're
not.
probably gonna get one for
I
free.
would not accept one for free.
You
I am
wouldn't?
not a high point defender, but I mean, I kind of am. I am kind of defending them. Like
Yeah,
They're-
you are. You like them more than SIG Sauer.
This is true.
this is true. But I mean, I feel.
So
like
you
they're
think
better
we
than
should
people.
like maybe like right there, like move some of the lever guns,
Yeah.
like those lever guns that don't sell very well.
How long have those been up there?
Well, somebody convinced me to buy. But at one time, lever guns were really fucking hot, and by the time I got those guns, they were not hot anymore. And but yeah, I could stick them right there.
Think about it this way:
Huh.
would you rather have a high point or a Sky?
Sky's out of business.
The question still stands.
It's not. So I'm not gonna carry their handguns, but like the rifles.
Sure, there's worse things out there. It's not the best thing, but it's dirt cheap, and some people just want to go to the range and shoot. And you know what? They work fine for that, as long as you don't sell it as a home defense gun.
Maybe
Some people just want to buy a $150
Will you
rifle
shoot
and
videos
go
with it?
flink with it. Sure, man. I'll fucking torture test one if you want me to. See how good see how many rounds it can actually take, like how much beating it can take. I personally think high points get a bad rep because of how cheap and ugly they are, but I can name
so they're
5
ugly.
Oh, they're ugly as shit, but I can name 5 guns that I think are less reliable than a high point that cost more money.
Like what?
I'm not. Sky would be number 1. I'm not doing the rest.
The only thing I want to say is remember, like, so when you're 30 and anxiety creeps in and unsureness creeps in, because the older you get, the more unsure you get.
Okay.
What? Because like in your stage right now, like you really like in 18 to 25, you usually have a like good, like you think your opinions are and you think you're right about stuff, but when you get older, you realize that you might not know things and you get unsure, and that feeling is so shitty because like you're like fuck, a couple years ago I was right and now I don't know.
I don't think that way at all. I make it very clear any chance I get, I am just a dude on the internet, and these are my opinions.
Saying you're just a dude on the internet and you're giving your opinion doesn't mean that you don't think you're right.
I mean, I have beliefs that I genuinely believe in. I don't think I'm right about them. I don't know everything. I'm just a dude on the internet. I don't have much life experience. I don't know. I don't view things that way. When I make a claim with heart and, status behind it, like very fucking, this is how it is, I'm not thinking that I am 100% true and there's no possible way I could be wrong. This is just what I believe in, and I'm just saying it.
I'm just saying the older you get, like you're going to have a good 20 years where it'll wear off.
Sure.
And then your life experience will kick in around your time you're 50 and you're like, oh, okay.
I'm sure I'm wrong about basically everything,
What
but
about-
that doesn't make me believe
Are you
in
wrong
it.
about SIG Sauer?
Probably. I've made that clear too. Like I said, I could be wrong about fucking every single thing I've ever said about SIG. That does not change how I feel about it. That does not change how much I believe it. Even if I don't think I do not believe that I am the arbiter of truth and everything I say is truth. Doesn't change how much I believe it. That's why I say it with confidence behind it.
Okay. We'll get you a high point. And a SIG red dot.
Oh boy. That kind of ruins it.
And that's going to be it. We appreciate you guys watching our podcast. They come out every Tuesday as long as we're here to film them. Please go check out our other social media pages. As far as this page is concerned, smash the like button, follow us. Go to our other social media pages. If you are from out of town and if you're ever in Sarasota, Florida, come by the shop, say hi, meet us. I'll give you stickers and patches. You can hang out with the dogs. And I appreciate you. We will see you again.